Hi, my name is Trevi.
And I'm Kate.
And welcome back to our podcast called
6 Feet Above. That was a good one.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Do you hear my voice right now? It's giving kind of
Allergies?
yeah.
Yeah, my eyes are very watery.
Central. What is it about today?
And itchy. I don't know.
An eclipse, another eclipse.
Okay, and the moon is in Scorp.
Is the moon
What's all that about?
in hexagon?
Yeah, yes, and I'm glad you brought that up.
Okay, yeah, because sometimes when I don't know, I never know if it's in hexagon or triangle. And then especially when
sometimes it's both.
But not really.
right.
Because 2 plus 2
doesn't equal 4, guys. It does not equal 4.
Ever. I don't think I have ever rushed so hard to get ready. I texted you. I go, do you mind if we push back the filming an hour? And Kate goes, absolutely not.
Said no.
She gets a manager. She wears sunglasses.
I don't know how to act.
She wears sunglasses on set. And she says,
Trevi, 9 p.m. is the middle of the night for me. So when you said 8 to 10, I said, that's egregious. And I got to put my foot down.
No, and you did. and I figured it out. And I told you, I'd figure it out. And it technically was my fault, so I had to face the repercussions.
I love that.
Yeah, of course. I'm no matter.
She's self-aware.
No, I am always going to be self-aware.
Yeah.
But so I had a problem. I was going to start my makeup, but I could not because I had to get my hair washed. So my hair girl could not get there till 5 p.m.
Oh, no.
So
we can't have that.
5 p.m. I have to be out of the house at 6:30.
Right.
I'm gonna get a blowout and do my entire face in an hour and a half. Hilarious.
That's funny. That's a comedy special.
No, on Noit Floix.
Yes.
No, because I'm not joking. So, I had a genius idea.
Okay.
And I've never done this with my hair girl.
Okay.
I said, all right, get here at 5.
What?
We'll wash my hair. We washed my hair. I said, but we're not going to do it in the living room. I brought her to the vanity. So I did my makeup at the same time as I was getting a blowout. So imagine me getting my hair pulled up, but at the same time,
wait, what do you mean she was washing your hair?
So we washed my hair in my sink.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And then it was clean.
Right.
And then after a wash is a blowout with the blow dryer, which I obviously don't need to be in the sink for.
Well, yeah.
So after we washed my hair, we went to the vanity where I do my makeup, and she plugged into the side of the vanity. And I was just getting tugged on and pulled on and curled, and I couldn't move my face. I was like...
And your makeup looks great.
It's not one of my favorite looks,
think it looks
but
so
I
good.
think I did the best that I could.
You slayed. I really appreciate you doing your best.
I did. I mean, I got here 20 minutes late, but
at the end of the day,
that's normal.
Yeah.
If you're watching this on YouTube and you're driving or falling asleep or anything like that, you can go listen to the audio version, and that link is in the description. And guys, we are working on more exclusive content, and if you want to be early for that, head on over to our Patreon, patreon.com/6feetabove, and pick any tier you want. And that helps support us because this podcast is self-funded.
And I want you all to know that me and Trevi usually FaceTime before we do this, and we didn't. So we're kind of just,
We're raw dog. But honestly, the episodes that are like this, y'all seem to love the most.
Right.
So we casually posted a video on our TikTok yesterday. It has 1.5 million views.
Yeah, can we get into the eat?
Yeah. Okay. Who is May?
Well, she's the one that did it.
You know what? No, it's not. I don't know who this I actually saw her at Coachella.
She's very pretty.
She was very nice to me. I met her. It's not about her.
It was not her.
Have never met her until that day, nor have I had any other interaction with her. It is not. Is it Mai or May? My fam, May fam. No, she was not the one that asked me what kind of genitalia I have. But okay,
audacious.
We need to talk about it because all the comments are now getting mad at me
about
for not dropping the name.
Okay, so let's get into dropping names because they could also sue, right? Lowest of keys.
Lowest of keys,
this especially got money,
if
right?
they no. I mean, look, people will be like, "Oh, let us know so we could unfollow." Look, this person is an Instagram model who probably all of their followers are fake, and you guys probably most definitely don't follow them. And if you do, like,
Right.
it's not like, I just personally don't think it's an appropriate thing for me
Right.
to, I was just telling a story.
Yeah.
Right. And then, it got clipped and put on TikTok, whatever. If I wanted to drop the name, I would drop the name. If I wanted to choose violence, I would choose violence. It's not.
It's your story.
Yeah, and it's my story. It's like people were getting so mad. They're like, well, you don't know. Like, she could be a danger to trans people, and this could be a dangerous person on the loose, and you need to let us know so you can explain. I'm like, and this is why I didn't.
Right.
And this is why I didn't drop the name. I'm like, and then they're telling me that basically I'm transphobic.
Oh, good.
Because I'm not dropping the name of the person who was rude to a trans person who was me.
Right. That is so wild.
So, and the person commenting that is totally not trans, of course.
Right.
But I'm transphobic.
Right.
Imagine. And then thank God for TikTok getting banned. No,
But it's like, that would also just like cause up so much drama and anxiety and stress into your life, I feel like, if you did drop the name. Don't you think?
Because I have so many mutuals with this
right.
person.
And you like go to influencer events, you like see them. And do you think she even remembers doing it?
No, that's the thing.
Right.
I don't think that she remembers.
She was very
in
inebriated.
The slightest.
I think that you can give the amount of information that you want to give, and everyone should respect that. At least she gave you tea.
No, she
Y'all
did.
love the tea.
And someone commented, they said, what if she just wanted to hook up with you? And she had a genital like preference.
Oh.
I don't know if that. Look, people go back.
Well, she definitely wanted to hook up with you.
Well, I mean, she's obsessed with me.
Yeah.
But
who isn't?
I don't know. People. It's very like, I guess, politically incorrect to have a genital preference. But like, I don't know what the relevance of this situation is. But like, people say that like, oh, trans women are women, and men who don't want to hook up with trans women are like genital preferencing vagina, and that's fetishy on its own. I'm like, y'all are creating
the mental gymnastics.
No, because you know what it is?
Tell me.
Onika burgers.
Okay, wait. Well, who is that? What is that?
Stop.
Why do I know
Am
that?
I about to tell Kate about Onika burgers live on this episode?
Wait, what is that?
Okay. You know about Pop Crave? Like Pop Crave terms?
Yes.
Like O.J. Simpson stuns a new casket selfie?
Oh, yeah. Madonna stuns a new selfie.
Yeah.
Right.
So I need you to watch. I can't actually. Yes, I can.
Okay.
You know how like when they when Pop Crave posts something and there's like stan accounts that comment under it.
Yeah.
But then like these stan accounts will get in fights under the post about like their fave.
Right.
The tweet goes, Northwest draws her grandmother, Kris Jenner, and it's a picture of that. Some stan account who is a stan account of Nicki Minaj said why she ate, like why she eat, like she did so good.
Okay.
And then someone who's not a Nicki Stan account responds to the Nicki Stan who responded to the Kris Jenner tweet and said, she equals Onika, 8 equals burgers. Meaning like, she's like Nicki Minaj is fat.
That went viral?
Now that's mental gymnastics.
That is mental gymnastics. I'm seeing the relevance though. To what we were talking about.
Am I just going crazy today?
No,
like,
you're not. I truly can't imagine you being vulnerable and telling like the people this and then them all getting mad at you. That in itself is bewildering. And I don't like that.
Yes, it is bewildering. It's also, quite frankly, bemurfing. We got a few comments.
It's audacious.
Yeah, we got a few comments being like, I tried Googling bemurf.
We need it on Google. It is a real word when you think about it.
Can somebody... No, because when you think about... And that's mental gymnastics.
Yeah, but like...
Episode
in
title.
the good way. Yeah.
Mental gymnastics. Bemurf is a word that Kate came to the studio one day. She started saying it's a word made up by Kate lavrentios.
A thick, puzzled person.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
No, because bemurf, at this point, I feel like we're using...
Well, any body type.
Oh, a puzzled person.
Yeah.
Like confused or like has me like aghast.
Yeah.
Like,
and it doesn't have to just be thick, but when you think about it, when you're puzzled, you kind of are thick.
because there's so much thought going on.
Exactly.
It adds a few...
You really take the words out of my...
Moist. Yeah. So, if anybody has a connect at Urban Dictionary, Merriam Webster Dictionary, Deutschtionary, Deut poem, you can go ahead and throw that definition in there. I would love to see it as an official term on our Reddit. But our last episode got so many like press. Like press from the stands. We had so many clips posted and so many like threads posted and tweets and like comments.
Wow.
And I think, you know what we are? We're just like those bitches.
I really have always thought that, and
Yeah.
I'm ready for the world to catch up.
And we got reached out by 3 different networks.
Okay, because the glasses.
If y'all are hearing this and you're watching this and you're a network, don't be late.
Please.
Read the comments. People know we're going to blow up.
I can't wait, because then we can do like 6 episodes a week.
Above.
Yeah, exactly.
Above. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess look, it's so consistent now and we have so many of you returning and I love it. But
It means
like,
so much.
if you could do us one favor, and we don't need proof. I'm not going to like be like, hey, I'm going to give this away to you. Like, I don't want to give you like an initiative. I just want to be like saying to you, like, maybe just show one person this week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
A singular
we would,
sub.
We would appreciate that as we put our own money into this.
Yeah.
And we come here and we sit down and try to give y'all as much tea and be open and vulnerable with you guys as possible. The sunglasses are killing me.
I mean, I'm looking at myself. I'm like, you look ridiculous, and I love it.
It's absolute the rose, the sunglasses, the gloves, and the fucking reptile boots. I'm just
and the fishnet. Someone commented.
How many different animals is that? Cow.
Many.
Cow gloves, reptile boots, fish net.
And then the glasses, alligator.
Well, at that point,
it's all faux. Don't worry.
You're vegan.
We
ate vegan last night.
I'm pescatarian. We did.
That was a great transition.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
Have you guys been to Crossroads? Travis Barker made it.
He did?
Yeah. He started the restaurant.
Wow.
I know, right? Shocks me too.
Pizza was
great.
Awful.
Really? You didn't like it?
Well, look, I didn't love it.
That would have broke my mom's heart.
Oh my God. No, I didn't love it because I couldn't have the regular cheese that they put on it. It had cashews in it. So I had to do like.
You had red pizza?
No, that would be better.
Oh.
I love the red sauce. But the cheese that I had, it almost tasted like they put easy cheese on my pizza.
God.
Which I don't mind. Easy cheese is a good nostalgic throwback.
Yeah, but like you're paying good money. You want good cheese.
But the little hot sauce that they gave me was good. Also, the little cigars.
Oh yeah, the Impossible cigars.
Those were pretty good. Yeah,
like
and also just the vibes in there are good.
It's hot. I went on a date there.
You did?
With a guy that sucks, but it was a cute date spot.
Damn. Well, I met your mom.
Yeah. So the dinner was for my mother.
I love her. I literally love her.
Happy.
And I wish I wasn't going to San Diego tonight because I would love. Did you guys end up going shopping for perfumes?
No, we went it was just a mess. We went to one thrift store and it was just not good. She wasn't happy with it. It's called Out of the Closet.
Oh, yeah. No, you need to go to Wasteland. And it's all like great brands, like recent drops. And then they also just have like yes, but no.
Nothing crazy.
But there's also like there's the White Foxes and the Gia and the
I love that.
There's just so many different ranges. So, there's something else I was gonna say. Oh, your mom is like a perfume connoisseur.
Right. She really wanted to take me and Trevi perfume shopping, but
in the middle of this restaurant, she was like, I want to smell you. And I was like, well, it's only right here.
No,
She's literally like bending down, like looked like
into
she was
your chest.
Motorboating
I was like,
me.
what's going on here?
Should we get into some lore? Do we have off our chest? Yeah.
Okay. You have one, right?
No, not this week. I did for the last 2 weeks, which I think is enough for the rest of the year.
Yeah, no. For real.
Yeah, so off our chest is a segment where we just get something and remove it off of our off my off my chest is a segment where we rant or remove something off of our conscience. Could be negative, could be positive. Just like my STD test.
Hey,
I dropped a joke. No. You go. I don't have one.
All right, so I got 2.
You've tweet?
I have toy. They'll be quick.
Okay. No, I mean, take your time,
No, yeah,
honey. We
but
got.
they're like nothing brazen. But first of all,
But whoa.
this man that I'm like an acquaintance with, right?
Do I know?
No.
I don't mean to interrupt, but
No, like literally, no, because it's such an acquaintance. I don't think I've ever talked to you about him.
Okay.
He was like, "Wait, so how do you know Trevi?"
wait, what?
Yeah, no, get ready.
What?
He was like, "How do you know Trevi?" And I was like, "Oh, like we're like really good friends. We met a while ago, and we have a podcast together." And he was like, "Wait, so you have a podcast?" I was like, "Well, yeah, me and Trevi do a podcast together." And he was like, "Wait, you're on Trevi's podcast?" And I was like, how many times do I gotta say it? I'm on 6 Feet Above with Trevi Moran. Like, is it that hard to grasp?
The title is literally.
He literally was like, "Wait, you're on her podcast?" And I was like, "Oh my god." He follows me on Instagram. He sees the clips I post with you. I'm so confused.
That's so odd.
So
what? Like that's literally the title of the podcast is 6 Feet Above with Trevi Moran and Kate lavrentios.
They don't see that part,
but they do because not anywhere online does it just say 6 Feet Above.
I just like listen. I don't care that like people don't know who I am. Like, I do not care.
Baby, you're blowing up. Look at the sunglasses.
I love how you think I'm a star. And
you
I just
are, and I've always thought that
You've always thought
I've always believed in you.
I know, and I appreciate that. But it's just like everything we post together. So that's why I'm so bemirfed.
Does his face, or does his like brain automatically just
like,
blurs anybody
me out? He's just focused on you.
It's like that Black Mirror episode. Do you remember that? Do you ever watch Black Mirror?
I love Black Mirror.
What's the episode where they like could control the chip in the kids' brains and they would like blur everyone's faces?
Oh, I don't remember that one.
Kind of just
but that's
real.
probably it.
Yeah, no, because it's
probably
probably
what's
living.
going on.
It's probably based off of him.
Yeah.
So
that felt.
So did it? Do you think it like went through to his cranium or?
I was like, yeah, well, no, we have a podcast together, and he was like, no way, and I was like, oh my god, what? Like, anyways, that was just.
No, that's just real.
It's so real.
That's just real. Well, whoever she's talking about, this is Kate. I hope you don't blur her out. Not kidding. Okay, what's your second one?
Okay, so my second one is, I just want to say this is that no one specific. It absolutely is.
1000%. 1000%. Okay.
But in general, listen, and this is just my off my chest, like, anyways, disclaimer. I believe, like, a woman that will do anything for the man's approval makes my blood boil. And I try, and I have empathy. Like, I do. Like, I find it deep down within me to be like, this person's struggling. This person's, like, insecure. They, like, probably had something happen.
Mm-hmm.
You are the weakest link. You're the worst friend. And on top of that, I just don't, like, and it just is so crazy to me. I'm like, how are you so disrespectful to your friends, but will do anything for this man?
So who liked your man's photo?
Yeah, exactly.
Is it?
No.
Oh.
I'm crazy, but I'm not that crazy.
Okay.
Like, I have my shit together in that sense. It just doesn't make sense to me.
What is bringing this out of you?
What's bringing this out of me is, allegedly, there are people in my past that, you know, they'll do anything for a man's approval. They'll, like, put you down in front of a man. The second they, like, find a man, everything's about him.
Right.
You disappear. And listen, I'm really, like, I do have empathy for those types of people, because it is hard. And, like, you have a lot of insecurity.
I mean, if anyone can understand, I mean, I don't think that I'm necessarily, like, doing anything I can to get a man's approval in the sense of, like, putting others down and, like, involving others.
Right.
But, like, I sometimes get to a desperate point where what more so my problem is that I dwindle down my dating intentions. Like, as far as, like, obviously
you, like, lower your standards.
I will lower my standards in the sense of, like, my intentions with a person. So it's like, I don't want to hook up.
Right.
Right. But I end up sometimes doing it because I still want that person and I want to get their
Totally.
approval.
I've totally been there.
Not us like just therapying it up.
I know.
But we should listen to Why Men Love Bitches.
Okay.
And I'm just you get it more than me.
Mm-hmm.
You tap into like goddess mode and like
You don't put down your friends though when you want a man's approval. That's what
I
I'm
do
saying.
not know.
You don't. You still show up for your friends. You still care. You're still respectful. And that's like, please, when it comes to a man's approval, I've lowered my standards to Hades.
Yeah.
Straight up.
To the core of the earth.
To beneath Earth's crust.
Beneath.
And I think more people should speak up about that.
Yeah.
Because there is a lot of shame around it, but it's like, we're human.
Yeah.
We want love.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm actually texting my brother about this right now, and I don't talk to my brother about that kind of stuff.
Really?
And he just texted me. He's like, "Hey, how are you?" And I'm just like, "Not good."
Yeah.
Like I'm just like not good right now. Like I don't, and like I said in the last episode, like I'm grateful that I get to experience, low points because I know that it always evens itself out.
Totally.
Because that's just literally the whole thing of life. Because before it was just everything was a party. Right. Everything was up. And like it just comes crashing down. So really just going through it right now. But I was texting him and I was just kind of explaining. And it's just on top of dating in LA, on top of being a woman, and on top of that being a trans woman, and on top of that, politics,
right?
Everyone else's opinion. Like, I'll say it every time and I'll say it again, but it's just the hardest thing. And I'm really insecure right now. Like,
and being on social media and having such a large
because
platform.
our clips keep blowing. I'm like, because we're so famous. It's just someone has been like, people have been commenting some really weird shit.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
Just about like my voice. I've been really insecure about my voice lately. And then I'm like, oh, do I go get a fucking voice surgery? And then I remember that I'm literally a singer and I'm actually working on an album right now.
Yeah,
like,
and you're perfect.
I appreciate that, but it's like I'm walking around because one comment said my voice sounded like a dude, and I'm like, oh, you're looking. I'm like looking in the mirror, like, oh, you're like, why? That's never been me. I'm never listening to comments. I've never done that. Why is that
Really?
affecting me right now?
Do you have like a slight idea of what's going on, or?
No, I don't. I think it's just I feel kind of stagnant, I guess, in my routine in my life and like my transition. I feel like there hasn't been any like big changes, but then it's like, that doesn't need to mean that I have to get a surgery.
No.
Because that's not really my tea. I don't know truly. I guess this could be off my chest.
Mm-hmm. Well, we appreciate you still showing up and giving us your big one.
I'm doing my big one, sister.
It's
that's my off my chest. I'm just really having an insecure week.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You're f***ing human. I'm not even remotely close to your following, and I've been getting some scary messages. And I'm like, how do you think that's okay?
Like what?
Today, I got a message, and it was like, you're disgusting. You think you're some icon, but like, you really like, you're such a like, he called me like an undeserving clown, which like, he kind of ate me up. But what's crazy is the message before that was responding to one of my thirst traps saying, "Yat."
No.
And then he goes on a full dissertation about how I'm a undeserving icon. Clown.
You know what this is?
Tell me.
It's giving Elliot Rodger. That's the guy that couldn't get any fucking girls and then shot up that entire sorority.
Incels.
I'm so sorry, but yeah, trigger warning. It's giving Elliot Rodger.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't understand why men get so mad that they can't get a woman. It's like he's literally saying, yeah, like, look at your ass. Like, I want your ass. And
but
then,
like so many more
you didn't
DMs
respond.
that,
and then now he's like, you're an undeserving clown.
Yeah. I'm like, first of all.
No, because get your head straight.
Yeah. Don't ever refer to me as anything but an icon. No, but.
Well, look at you.
Right.
The sunglasses.
Look at me. But
I want to auction off these sunglasses.
Oh, let's do it.
Because this might be an iconic episode.
They're all in like the Andrew Tate school of dating. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all in the Andrew Tate fucking.
They want us to court them. They want us to beg for them. I don't, not to sound like a boomer, but like, what happened?
Not to sound
Hashtag
like
what
an
happens.
actual boomer, but actually, what the fuck happened?
I don't know. Like, I hear about like soft guy era, and that's just like them wanting us to be their mothers.
Oh, I've been there.
Yeah, not doing that again.
Ever.
Ever.
Oh my God.
Talk.
Yat.
Yes.
I have been saving this for the podcast. Mm. I have a new repeat. I have people that I have like, on tap. I have like 2, 3
Yeah.
maximum. And I know that these people I'm like not gonna date.
Yeah.
Right.
No, you're too good for all of them.
They're all extremely
I'm talking
hot.
to you.
Yeah.
I'm always ready to fight.
So
like,
I know. So check
can't.
this out. I had a new repeat come over.
Do I know?
No.
Oh.
Not
you being secretive.
No, I am.
You're supposed to FaceTime me during it.
No, I know, not kidding.
Yeah.
So he comes over for the first time, and I'm like, oh, fun. Did it, whatever we did, and he left. Things continue.
Okay.
And he says, "Can you talk on the phone?"
Oh.
And I go, "Okay." I feel so bad if you're watching this. I don't hate you at all. I just think that this was crazy of you to ask. When he was in my house, he noticed I had 3 bedrooms and I live alone.
Shut up.
He said, "So you have 3 rooms in your house?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "So that guest room, are you can I move into that? Like, are you renting that out? Can I move in?" And I go, this is what I said, and I've never ever said this to a man ever. I think this is your impact. I literally go, and then I laugh and I go, "Oh my God, you can't help that you're literally so in love with me."
No, because literally, you want to move in with me? I just met you. Does he not have a place?
He has one, but he said his living situation is bad right now.
He wants to move in with a girl that he hung out
is
with
actively hooking
flirting
up with.
Yeah.
I don't.
Hey,
we're not
buddy.
We're not dating.
What planet
yet.
what planet are you on?
If we were dating, I would even think about it. I would think about it.
That would still be Benoy noise.
After one time,
Lord, send the flood. At this
Lord,
point.
send the trumpets.
Can't.
Send the fire.
Lord, double this
send
pain.
the angels.
And give it to my worst enemy.
Stone all the trans attracted men. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Please don't. I'd be so dry.
Stone them. Ew,
have you ever
dry
heard?
me up.
Have you? No, not kidding. With a freeze dryer.
Hey.
Have you ever heard of apartments.com?
Ever?
No,
even heard.
Have you ever heard of roommates.com?
Airbnb. Perhaps.
Private room. I just don't and you know what the crazy thing is that I feel like he was thinking in his head, he's like, this some men think I fear that it's just like, I'm gonna get a sweet deal because she likes me and I'm gonna get to use her body whatever I want.
And you're like, hey, I hate to break it to you. Never said I liked you. Second of all, I'm speechless.
And I don't think that they intentionally mentally
man.
are using, our bodies. I think they primally are, in the sense that they're men, monkeys.
I'm so sick of them getting away with that, though. Being like, I need to come to live. And I'm like, hey, why don't you go on a walk? What's wrong with you? You actually have no self-control, no decency. And yet again, here I am mad.
No.
Per usual. Why did I get DMs from this girl being like, girl, I hate men too? And I was like, oh, okay. All right. I'm with it. That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. It's literally crazy. Should we move into a new Should we move into a new topic?
I'd love to.
I'm literally begging. So what are they?
Holiday stories or most dangerous things we've done? Pick your poison. Poison.
Maybe we start at most dangerous things we've done and see how that goes.
Do you wanna
you go.
Introduce it?
Or just say. We don't need to segue. Just
danger. It's all around us. So we're gonna go into
That's gonna be my new thing. Danger. It's all around
all
us.
around us. We're gonna talk about the most dangerous things we've ever done.
Right.
Because listen,
At the
we
end of
are
the day.
ferocious.
No, yeah.
And I'm so glad you asked me. I haven't really thought about it. Give me actually 1 minute of brain power, unless you have one.
I mean, most dangerous thing that I've done.
Yeah.
Continue ketamine during a kidney infection. I mean, now that
that's
is
pretty
hilarious.
bonkers. Yeah.
But
I love that.
But yeah, I mean, also, I think addiction in itself is just a really incredibly dangerous thing. I think like without letting my body process yesterday's alcohol, I'm just like, hey, new batch coming in.
Period.
Yeah, period.
Hair the dog that bit you.
Yeah. But one time I was really, really, really drunk.
Okay.
And I lost the keys to my apartment. So I scaled the apartment building.
Sorry?
And I climbed in through the balcony. I was crawling on everyone's balcony.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. No, that's kind of just real.
But it's not.
Is it not? I mean, look, I got into my apartment. I was hammered. Could you imagine if I fell?
We might not be here.
YouTube star Trevi Moran fell off a.
Damn, that's how you went. That's crazy.
Yeah. But I just didn't care. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think. There's a lot.
I'll say I went skydiving once hungover, and I was like, I'm down for this parachute not to come out of this backpack. I wouldn't be.
You've been
angry.
skydiving?
Yeah, I went skydiving. I guess that's dangerous.
It was
terrifying. When you're skydiving and guys latched onto you and you were supposed to like practice.
No, why am I your mother again?
Yeah. No, literally. Like, get off me. But when we were supposed to be practicing jumping off the plane together, he was in the bathroom having the literal runs. And then he came out and he was like, well, I guess we'll just wing it. And I was like, I'm hungover and I'm about to jump out of a plane. And we didn't practice. But the night prior.
Wow.
I smooched 3 men in a hot tub and lost my pants. And the mother of the house had to help me find my pants. So I was like, if this parachute doesn't work, can't say I'll be too mad.
At all.
So
yeah,
that
I
can't say I'll be angered.
You know what it is? It's kind of just real. Instagram reels.
Yes. I went streaking in Crocs and fell on a root and fell on my face.
Okay.
I don't know if that was dangerous. That was just kind of weird.
I mean, dangerous to society.
Right. They can't handle all this. That's for real.
I feel like I've always had like this sense of like not to with, like besides scaling that apartment building, like I've never like done any like reckless driving. I mean, I guess like I've been like when I was drinking, like and my other friends were drinking with me, I've been in a car with someone who's drunk driving, and that's like not okay.
Yeah,
Never
terrifying.
do that. Never do that.
Not.
I mean, I did once. I mean, this wasn't a dangerous thing that I did, but it was a dangerous situation that I got myself in. I don't know if I've talked about it on here. I think I did. My car crash.
No.
I was in a Suburban, thank God, and that's why I'm like uber black central over here because I've just been scared ever since that day.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
I was on the way I had a brand deal with HBO.
Okay, money bags.
No, because it was literally a fat bag, and I was so excited. I was like in the car, and I was still in active addiction, but I like filled a kombucha bottle up with like vodka and I think just the rest of the kombucha that was left.
Okay,
I just did not care at that point.
Right.
And it was in my backpack. I had all the things I needed. I was glam. I hired a makeup artist, the whole night. I'm like on my way. It's on the west side. I'm like on the 405 cruising. And we just like a car was late to the exit and tried to like skirt into it and cross over like the separating part from the exit.
Oh my God.
Goes in front of us. We slam on the brakes, right? We skid off the 405. We skid off into the dirt. We didn't roll or anything, thank God.
Oh my God, scary.
I like f***ed up my spine, like the upper part of my spine. I had to do like a ton of chiropractic stuff. But I just remember sitting there being like, I'm about to be late to HBO right now.
You're like, can we wrap this up?
I literally did not give a fuck about my spine. I was so in shock. Like I was so out of it. So I literally was like, well, the cops don't know that this is alcohol and I didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
So I started drinking the back seat. I started drinking. I was
As you
panicking
should.
because I was waiting for the cops to show up.
Right.
The cops show up. ask me a bunch of questions. I'm like, I'm running so late right now to like a huge work thing. I'm like, I feel fine. I feel fine. I feel fine. I have. Well, first of all, I had to exit the car because they had to like look at the car or something. I'm standing on the side of the freeway, like tapping my foot. Do you know how many fucking tweets I got?
No.
Are you on the side of the 405 right now? Is this you?
You're like, no, I'm at home.
And I literally was just like, no, because this is just kind of real.
Yeah, it really
So
is.
I call HBO. I'm like, hey, I just got in a car crash. They're like, do you need to reschedule or like, what's your? And I'm like,
nah.
nope. I'm heading straight there. I had another car pick me up on the freeway.
Wow.
Yeah, I did a hopped in the car, showed up.
Skirted out of there.
I was.
Schwasty.
I did not. I was yes, but I was not to the point where like people would know.
Oh my god, thank God. Could have been bad.
And I slayed it.
Really?
Yeah, I did it. Showed up. And they were all just like so empathetic.
Oh, you must have got so much attention.
I did.
Oh my god, good
It
for
was
you.
incredible.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. What was the topic?
Dangerous.
Dangerous. Yeah. All right. I guess that was a good one.
Yeah, I feel like something similar. I was really drunk and I was like crawling through the woods once with my friend.
That's not.
And we were like trying to find like civilization, and this car comes by and we like didn't even hitchhike. We were screaming at the car. I just remember the car stopping. I opened the door and I just dive into the back seat. No idea who was in the car. And we were both like, take us back. And he did, and it was like fine. And I was like, he really could have moited us.
No, because he was
like
kind of
she wrote.
He was kind of just real.
But where's he at now? I'm like, he was a
Saving
loyal man.
humanity.
Yeah. I love that, like, him not killing us. I was like, where's he at?
No.
I want him.
That's so sad, isn't it?
Yeah, that's really sad. Let me check
saddest-
myself.
Yeah, just not kidding.
Yeah.
Should we move into family holidays?
Yes.
Or no, what
just
is it?
holiday stories.
Okay. I mean, I have a family holiday story. That's why I said that. But holidays in
Okay.
general. Do you want me to start?
Yeah.
So, is it ever just like so difficult when both sides? Is it ever just so difficult when both sides of the family are at the same party? For
I
you,
never experienced. Like, when it is, it's weird.
is
It's so rare, though.
so one side of my family is pretty liberal, and
Oh, God.
then the other side is pretty conservative. I remember there was this family St. Patrick's Day party.
Oh, God. Were you drinking?
I was like 14. No.
So, okay.
No. And I just remember kind of just sitting at the table and talking to my aunt, and then like out of nowhere, I'm just gonna say she's an aunt.
Yeah.
Okay, one of my aunts and my grandpa, who is very liberal. He's passed now. Rest in peace. Love you. They were out of nowhere. This is like 2009, 2000. No, this is like 2011.
Uh-huh.
This is like 2011, I think. So I was like 13.
Okay.
Fighting about abortion
Stop.
in the middle of the St. Patrick's Day party, and
my God.
it got to the point where they were in each other's face and just. It's just like a core memory of me just seeing my family, and I realized I was like, oh. So they were playing nice the entire time growing up.
Right.
Because now that we're all starting to grow up, it's
Isn't that the craziest thing?
isn't that
When you're like, oh, you're not all
you're not all getting
angels.
along.
Yeah.
No, yeah, and family is definitely something interesting, but I will always remember it because it was religion somehow got thrown in there,
Right.
and everyone's like, what is a baby and what is Big Brother? It was just that whole conversation, right? It's like the conversation that we all keep revisiting. Obviously, I agree with my grandpa, who's a liberal king, but
Period.
it was just really weird to see that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did you interject?
I didn't know anything. I don't think I knew what
You
it
were
was.
Hey.
I was like so educated. The thing about me as a kid is like I was so educated in so many different things that I shouldn't have been.
Right.
Like I was.
You grew up fast.
I grew up but I was like also like. I feel like I didn't like. I remember I didn't learn how to like tie my shoes until I was in like second grade.
Interesting.
I was only wearing slip-on Vans until like second grade.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you ride a bike?
Still no. I'm kidding. Yes, I can.
Oh.
So that's the thing. Like, I just was so educated about like the YouTube world and the internet and
Right.
technology and the culture of that. But at the end of the day, I'm just like, they're fighting. I'm like, I don't understand. I don't even know what a politic is.
Yeah.
I'm like, is
You
that
were
like
like, leave me out of this.
a politic? Is that like a
Yeah,
TikTok?
it's none of your business.
I want them to still know that like, I feel like when they saw me transition, I didn't want their brain to be like, oh, this bitch lost her mind. And like for a moment I
Well,
did.
yeah.
For a moment I did, right? With
Yeah.
the drugs and stuff, but that has nothing really to do with my transition.
Mm-hmm.
So like I will always go and talk, and you know, I get more beautiful by every day.
Period.
Me also at the beginning of this episode, I'm the most insecure I've ever been.
Yeah. The duality.
No, because it's giving bipolar. And I should probably go to a psychiatrist.
We all should.
No, but I don't know. I think I've done well with my transition now, and it's like I love to have those not intense conversations, but I love
Right.
to just at least show up, say my hellos, show that I'm doing well,
Yeah.
because maybe you never know. I've changed a lot of minds in my
Right.
transition in my family.
bet.
You know, it took and my dad was never not accepting of me. I just don't think he fully understood what I was going through.
Mm-hmm.
And I also think at the same time, it's like you kind of have to give your parents some grace, because visually you see a picture of me as a kid and then you look at a picture of me now. Like, that's not your idea of your son and your idea of who this person could have been. It's like every parent has a version of their children in their head.
Mm-hmm.
And visually it can be striking to them, because a lot of that goes away and almost, I guess, feels like a death.
Right.
But later on, like especially him, like he learned, he was like, oh, that's literally still my kid. That's the same.
Exactly.
You act the same.
Right.
You are still hardworking. You're so burnt out. But I do think that it took him a little bit of adjusting.
Yeah.
For my mom, I also think for my mom as well, but my mom was always very like, she would never show that. She was always just like, I
Right.
support you in anything that you do. Like,
That's great.
she would always just push me and like kind of like tell me like, hey, like, why don't we like change your outfit? Like, if I like looked wonky or something. Like, she'd always like,
Okay.
because she's, you know, a girl, so she had, that was kind of like what she felt like it was her calling
Mm-hmm.
to help me with that, because
Right.
like, who else knows more about a woman than your own mother?
Ugh,
Bah,
not
that's
many.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So holidays.
The holidays. That's wild.
Yeah. Do you got one for me?
I have one. I think I'm gonna talk about New Year's holiday that I had
Noise?
that I ruined a friendship.
Oh.
And it was honestly like one of the first times I was like, I should probably monitor my drinking. Didn't,
Okay. Of course.
but I just like pre-gamed a little too hard. Like, you know, on New Year's you like buy a nice dress. I like bought a $90 push-up bra from Victoria's Secret. I was just like
course.
ready. I was gonna like find the love of my life tonight. Always thought that when I went out. And
That's me.
Yeah,
That's literally
me. And so this girl from my childhood was like, I'm throwing a New Year's party. I was like, cha-ching. I show up. I'm like obviously blacked out, and
Of course.
I'm like all over people. I take a thing of cranberry juice and I just like try to drink it, but I just pour it all over my new dress and my gorgeous push-up bra. Last thing I remember, I'm like dry humping a guy,
Okay.
but then he
The rest
left.
is history.
Yeah, no, and then we fell in love. No, but like that, that was my thing, dry humping. I was like, I'll just dry hump because I want to stay a virgin.
Okay, the version of you drinking sounds literally, I guess, like in a way you have transitioned into a woman.
And thank you for
Because-
saying that because I
Because
agree.
it, like, no one should be dry humping strangers.
No, it's
That
not like
is-
he wasn't consenting to it.
Okay. You said you're dry humping people.
No, like
at
when
the
I
end-
would hook up with a guy, I'd be like, "Let's dry hump," and he was like, "That's a weird thing to request." And I was
Bring it
like,
on.
I was like, "Would you rather kiss me or kiss me and dry hump me? Because you're not getting anything else from me." And I still stand.
Are
by
you
that.
standing up while you're doing this? Like, I'm just
Yeah.
imagining you humping his leg like a dog.
That's
like,
exactly. I was like, "Get ready for the time of your life." And then I started dry humping. They're like, "No."
That's the visual I have in my brain. You tell me you're you tell me you're at a party and you tell me you just start randomly dry humping someone. I'm assuming.
Okay, no, I'm not just going up to people.
No, that's what I'm
dry
assuming.
humping.
The way you put it is you're going up to someone, you're like, "Arf!" and you're just
I'm on all fours.
You find like wallpaper, you lift your leg, you piss on the wall.
I probably did that too. Everything was consensual. I want to make that very clear.
Okay, except the punching.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's kind of literally the realest thing you've ever said. But hey. So yeah, dry hump queen. I think it's great. You don't have to worry about an STD.
Jojo Siwa.
Wait, yeah. I still haven't watched it.
Wow. You should have known better.
More people need to be dry humping is all I'm gonna say. That's the moral of this holiday story. Anyways,
do you have like a clothed fetish? Like feeling like I feel like a lot of people have like a clothed
what do you mean? Like dry humping?
Yeah, I guess. Like it's almost like the tease of it is more of like turns them on rather than like the actual thing.
Oh, I like
there's a lot of porn that is like down to the underwear and you can like see them playing with it, but it's like you can't just see it and it like the tease up. Like people love being I personally hate being teased.
Oh my god, I love it.
Like tease me as far as like for a second, but like do not try to like
yeah.
Oh my god, it's like no.
No, I love it.
You wait a little bit longer, little girl. You get the.
Ooh,
you know what,
girl?
Go back to your. Don't ever ask me to move in again.
Literally. Why are you teasing me and asking for residence? You crazy?
Because you know what? At the end of the day, I'm just a hole.
And that is what the point of this episode was. And that's the title.
Episode title, just a hole.
I like a nibble on the ear.
I've been doing that. But you know what you got to do?
What?
You got to breathe.
In the ear?
Yes.
And that's where I'm scared of the wax coming in. What if I can see wax and I'm nibbling on your ear? I have to perish.
Turn all those lights off, baby girl.
Yeah, no, literally. Put on a mask.
Nibbling the ear and like an exhale while you're nibbling. Oh my god. I had this one guy of sorts. I will never I had this athlete that I hooked up with in San Diego. He was no, honestly, I think to this day he's my favorite person I've ever been with in my entire life. I would
Where's he at? Dry humping.
Different country. But he was visiting that area and he could have whatever he wants. I need to stand up.
Oh, stand up.
I know. I see that's my problem, Kate. Yeah, like I said at the beginning of this episode. But you know what? I'm a very hopeful person. That's the thing.
That's the difference between us.
Because I'm like, oh my god, well, what if I give him my body and he loves it so much that he just wants me forever?
But I mean, that's the difference between us. Like, I lost hope years ago, and I'm trying to get it back. So that's why I like being around you.
You're also 40.
You're like, you're dying.
No,
you're on your deathbed.
But you know what? You know why, Kate? You've lived
so many lives.
No, you've lived as a woman for much longer than I have. I've
literally never thought of it that way.
I've had 4 years. 4 years, which is amazing. You have a lot of more experience.
And traumatic.
Well, I know, but you have a lot more experience with men and yourself than I do.
Yeah.
I got 4 years. I'm waddling around.
Yeah, you're so fresh to it all. And I love that.
Yeah.
I need that. And I think also being a woman that is in recovery, you have dealt with a lot of horrible things. And I'm still working through some of it. Is that a crime?
No.
No? I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to be more hopeful. It's working, right?
But also me being hopeful ends me up in shitty situations. So maybe you are right.
I think we need to meet in the middle.
Great song. Baby.
Hey.
Wait, did you say your holiday thing? Or then you're humping, dry.
Yeah. Oh, and then I ended up just ruining that friendship, that lifelong friendship. But she did reach out to me recently.
Wait, but why? Because you
I ruined the whole party. I just was such a mess. I woke up to all these videos on my phone of me being like, yo, and everyone was not that drunk
at all.
And she was just a childhood friend. But she did reach out to me recently. She was like, I love to see what you're doing. And I'm so proud of you. And I was like,
wow.
Because I forget that I talk about being sober online. When people are like, oh my God, congrats on sobriety. I'm like, excuse me, get out of my business. How do you know that?
No, because it's giving Alcoholics Anonymous.
Right. How do you know that? And then I'm like, we're talking about it every week.
Every week. Every week.
Yeah.
Let's do questions. What to do if you're getting ghosted and the guy keeps coming back again and again, but you like him. You actually like him.
Oh my God, I've been there so many times.
Me too.
It's like,
Well, look, we have to cut out the immediate elephant in the room. He doesn't actually like you.
he's not interested in you.
Yeah.
And you're taking his bread. He's breadcrumbing you. You're taking it because he knows you're going to take it.
Yes.
You got to stand up.
You're
You
like
got to
a-
have some self-respect.
You're like actual, and I understand this too when this happened to me.
Plenty.
Yeah. Like
I was
you
taking the
are,
crumbs.
it's giving like bottom option.
Yeah.
And
like, I know I can always them at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, if it's 11 p.m. and all my other options are busy,
Right.
why don't I just text that
Guess
person?
what? My legs were always open for that.
And at the end of the day, that's taking disrespect.
We've all been there, though.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying. Like, don't go into a shame spiral, but just know you deserve light years better.
Light years better. There's really not much else to say about that,
Yeah. Like,
personally.
stop.
And
Like, stop taking the
I don't want
breadcrumbs.
to be too harsh on you. And
Yeah.
you know, sometimes we willingly stay in that, and
Yeah.
that's an experience that you're gonna have to find. You're gonna have to
Yeah.
figure out how that ends, but eventually you're gonna get sick of it, and you're gonna
Right.
get your feelings hurt. So you might as well right now.
Yeah. It's like, how much hurt are you willing to deal with?
For what? For some guy that just wants to use you for your last option holes.
Right. Like, you deserve first option.
First option hole.
First option hole. I want to start a podcast of my own, and I need advice on content creation.
Consistency.
Consistency is key, and get hungry with it.
Yeah.
Get ferocious with it.
Get ferocious with it. I mean, I think consistency. I think the podcast clips are really, really important.
Right.
If you're posting the podcast clips, always have subtitles on. Sometimes on TikTok, the ones over a minute do better. I feel like you'd have good advice too right now because you're
Yeah.
entering your icon era. And you're not ever exiting. I'm not kidding.
Okay, you're
Yeah.
such a sweetie.
No, do not ever
I-
call me that again.
You don't like sweetie?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
That reminds me of like a man degrading me. So you know what?
Okay, so I'm just not gonna talk.
At the end of the day, I just don't.
Don't open that yet. So here's the thing. When it comes to content creation, you also don't have to wait until you like get a studio for your podcast. Like, I started a whole nother channel with my roommate, and we're just like going on a camera, uploading. The only thing that matters is consistency. Like, it doesn't have to be all fancy. You don't have to wait till you get a certain following. Just absolutely go for it. Showcase that personality. Be bold with it, and like do things that scare you, but don't do things that make you uncomfortable, obviously. And just don't. And when it comes to like just like content creation in general, like, you don't need to follow what everyone says and does. Like, truly, if I learned anything from doing this podcast with Trevi, is that like being myself and being true to who I am is what works best. Just don't try to be
takes a
someone you're not.
second, but
yeah,
you gotta start at least.
Yeah.
You know.
like, just truly show up as who you are. Don't try to like copy anyone else's
Don't try to be the
personality
next
or anything.
blank. You know.
Right. Like, you are you.
You are you. The first Kate lavrentios.
I'm kind of saying.
At the end of the day, it's kind of just real.
Yeah, one of you lied. The next is navigating sex/sex drive post abusing substances. Would be interesting from y'all.
When you're getting sober and you're removing these substances, I think your brain immediately goes for the next pleasure center.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what can I do next to fill that void? But I'll be real. I
Okay.
enjoy hooking up sober more because it's
Totally.
so vivid.
It's so much better. You remember it. It's just like hotter. You feel more in tune with your body.
Like, I don't feel like sloppy or
Yeah.
dirty or like,
Oh my God, I felt so dirty when I was drinking.
yeah,
Well, I also like barely showered, but
me neither.
What?
Or shaved.
oh, ever.
Ever.
Especially not above the knee.
No, oh God.
But
fuck
I'll
no.
say like my first year, I think I talked about this on the Tana episode. Like, I lost my sex drive the first year. I thought I was broken.
I did not.
I legit, yeah. A lot of people, you either lose it or you gain it.
Yeah.
And I thought I was straight up asexual, which is like, there's nothing wrong with that. But I was like, damn, have I just been like living a lie my whole life? Like, I went through a whole crisis. It takes a while to bring it back. I would suggest pleasuring yourself.
Yeah.
But then I took that porn a little too far and got a little addicted. So
Yeah.
listen, Rome wasn't built in a day.
Ever.
You'll find the balance. It's just like the ebbs and flows.
That's what I'm saying.
So-
You gotta. I gotta be grateful for these lows.
Yeah.
The.
You're so wise.
Yeah.
And
I loved
then
this
some.
episode.
Me too.
I loved this episode. I think it was great.
And we were both like,
And
yeesh, on the way here.
Is it giving gratitude?
I would love to hear what you're grateful for.
Ah, man. I'm just grateful that I get to go to San Diego tonight to see my mom. I think it's every time I go there, it's healing energy. It's really hard to be grateful when you're not feeling great.
Yeah.
Or full.
Got those cookies for you from my mom.
Because at the end of the day.
And lemons.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
Your mom's just real for that.
A little goodie bag.
I'm grateful I got to meet your mom. I'm grateful I got to leave the house today. Hey.
Yeah.
And baby steps. I'm grateful for this podcast, obviously, and you. And keeping it real brave today.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be better next episode.
I think you were great.
You know what?
You
should dry hump my leg.
I should. I'm grateful that I can just be so honest with you on this podcast. And yeah, like I think I would have taken the dry humping to the grave if this was a year ago. But hey, this is kind of just my truth. I'm grateful that the weekend's coming, and I'm grateful that I'm potentially getting a brand deal.
What?
I'm grateful for everything.
Just real for that.
She's just real. I love this podcast. I love coming here, even when I'm not feeling great. Like
the sunglasses. They're so good.
Love y'all for real.
Love y'all. We need to release merch, I think.
Oh yes.
I think it's time we start.
I would love to.
We start drafting up.
Oh my God! Don't even get me started.
Yeah. Okay. I love you guys.
Love you.